will attend student orientation in our comfortable meeting room and receive answers to your questions about policies and your course. All of our classrooms have state-of-the-art multimedia capabilities. Our expert instructors and support staff developed
I like independent films better than regular films.
When we say independent film, what do you think of?
Independent film, low budget, obviously. Not too much money is going to be put into it, somewhat artsy.
Someone that's not affiliated with any of the big
Sundance
producers?
Robert Redford.
I tend to think of them as better.
Because they're low budget or more intense.
What comes to mind when I say independent film?
Short films, quirky films, non-Hollywood blockbusters, usually something that's a lot more interesting than just the Jaws or the Jurassic Park.
I also think it gives you the freedom to do a little more things that you might not be able to do, if you're in a big structured corporation, a little avant-garde kind of a touch to it.
There should be more independent films, I think. But the whole thing is the big mighty dollar. So.
I'm Mark Grant, producer of Serial Intentions. I'd like to thank Film Play Links for the opportunity to have my work seen by so many people. Without the bureaucracy and the inside of Hollywood and the restrictiveness, the independent filmmaker has the chance to do and say and show what they want to be seen. And the DVD catalog has given us the opportunity to bring our work to you.
Very easy to understand. Nothing that you couldn't understand. Step by step by step, it takes you.
Tailor your learning, to your own needs. Whether it be you need a time off to go to the doctors or something else, and so it works.
I've had learning disabilities all my life. Going through school in the traditional way of teaching didn't work for me. And the more I've asked questions and the more I've talked to people, more of a majority is like myself, instead of on the other end of the spectrum.
So starting about 25 years ago, we had looked at what do we want to do when we grow up, if we ever grow up, and instead we'd rather play. We said we want to build airplanes. We came from an entrepreneurial family and thought it would be fun to design and build our own airplanes.
We had to design an airplane that wasn't just for the aviation enthusiasts. It's for the people who are not the aviation enthusiasts.
So the people who are sitting in the other seat.
Sitting elsewhere. And then once they start flying, everybody becomes the enthusiast.
Well, the parachute idea has actually been around for a long time. It was done back in the 1930s, so it's not a new idea. Then BRS, Ballistic Recovery Systems, out of St. Paul, Minnesota, started doing it for ultralights when? 1970s, 1980s, I suppose 1980s. 79, 1980. Something like that. In our case, what made us so open to it was the fact that I had a mid-air collision in 1984, and the guy in the other airplane died. So it was very, very easy for us to say there is a time when the parachute is the last choice, and that if we can figure out how to make it work for this size of airplane, we were going to do it. Doesn't matter how well trained we are, we're going to make mistakes. That's just the way we are. We're human beings, which is why parachutes as ultimate safety, wing cuffs to prevent departures, loss of control, better information systems, crashworthiness. It really is a layered approach. Lots and lots of different approaches to safety. I think 100 years from now, this will be the single most important thing that we've done, was force the industry into PFDs. The personal experience behind this is that I'm a lousy instrument pilot. It's hard for me to scan. My brain doesn't work that way. But this is easy. And the way we want people to think about it is that the width of this horizontal line is life or death. If you think about a little round instrument, small changes are hard to see. It becomes lost if you scan and look away. Whereas this horizon line is so large that you don't have to look at it. You can look all the way over to this side of the instrument panel and out of the corner of your eye tell which way is up. Because it's like VFR. You know what the horizon is. You know which way is up. And you can spend that brain power, that limited brain power we all have, making important decisions. So